The SolarWinds hack is being called the country's largest cyber intrusion to date, but you may not have ever heard of the breach because of the timing of it. I-Team investigator Adam Walzer explains how hackers pulled this off and uncovers Tampa residents' information may have been exposed.
In mid-December, most pandemic-weary Americans were thinking about holiday preparations. The vaccine rollout.
We did win this election.
It ain't over till every vote is counted.
The most contentious presidential election in recent memory. That's why many of us missed the news that hackers secretly penetrated some of our nation's most critical computer networks.
And you're talking about some key government agencies all the way to the Pentagon.
Cybersecurity expert Scott Schober says the Target credit card breach of 2013, when millions of customers' private information was hacked and sold, pales in comparison.
Now we're talking about 18,000 plus companies and government organizations that we know about. So if you had to multiply it as far as a factor, this is hundreds of times potentially more devastating than a focused target breach where credit cards were specifically targeted.
That list includes most Fortune 500 companies, government agencies, hospitals, universities, and cities. SolarWinds software is used to configure and manage computer networks. Last March, hackers used a software update to breach customers' firewalls, creating backdoors into their networks.
They actually will cover their tracks. There's no breadcrumb trail, there's no fingerprint to easily identify who's behind it.
Experts believe teams of thousands of hackers then accessed information inside those networks, going undetected for 9 months.
It is personal information. It is possibly credit card information. It could be social security numbers, places of residence, logging credentials.
The city of Tampa was one of 2 cities listed on SolarWinds' customers page before it was removed once the breach was discovered. Schober says cyber criminals likely had access to employees' and residents' personal information, or could use the city's network to access critical infrastructure like traffic signals, surveillance cameras, emergency services, or water treatment facilities.
This is obviously a significant and potentially dangerous increase.
Earlier this year, the city of Oldsmar's water supply was threatened when a hacker logged onto a computer network and manipulated chemical levels before an employee discovered and stopped the cyber attack. The I-Team requested emails from the city of Tampa with the term SolarWinds through an open records request, but we didn't receive any records indicating SolarWinds contacted the city about the breach. When asked about what steps have been taken by the city, a spokesperson responded, "It's our policy not to comment on matters involving security planning and/or response efforts." SolarWinds posted a security update on its website shortly after it was discovered. The breach has caught the attention of the federal government, including the State Department.
We're looking very urgently as well at SolarWinds and its various implications.
The FBI, the CIA, and other security agencies said in this joint statement the attack was likely Russian in origin. Congress has conducted hearings.
The attacker knows everything they did. And right now, the attacker is the only one that knows everything they did.
The bottom line question is, how did we miss this? And what are we still missing? And what do we need to do to make sure that something like this, using these sorts of tools, never happen again?
Nobody knows how far-reaching it still could be, which is raises all the red flags for everybody.
A SolarWinds spokesperson says that the company is working collaboratively and transparently with its customers to help them navigate this challenge. Cybersecurity experts say that you should protect your own personal information by checking your accounts regularly and frequently changing passwords. I'm I-Team investigator Adam Walzer, taking action for you.